you need to stop overthinking what topics you need and start listening to your sales team as well. I think that's where the gold actually comes from. You need to think about ask them, what is something that someone always asks in every single meeting that you have with a new prospect? That is what you need to answer because that's the question people have. So, I think consistency is about your messaging, not about posting. That's my little spin on that.
Hearing you say that, and all of a sudden now the gears are turning in my head saying, I need to go into like all my Zoom meetings from the past, a few months and say, you know, tell AI, here's the summary of all of them. What are the like 10 most common questions that keep coming up in those meetings? Because yeah, those should probably be turned into content to use to kind of build further that relationship, build
Absolutely.
that
If you
trust.
think about we have these AI tools now in these virtual meetings and everything, even if you have an in-person meeting, you could pull out your cell phone and record that conversation. You could tell prospect, "Hey, I have an AI tool that I record these, so I take notes, so I can be engaged with you more instead of just writing things down." And they'll be like, "Oh, that's cool." People think it's cool that you're using technology. They won't be against. And then you put that, like you said, into your AI assistant, Gemini, Chat, whatever. Pick your favorite. I don't really care. I'm not selling any of them. But ask them what were the questions, and that's where you start real yes. You're right. That's the gold right there that I think so many people overlook so easily. And then they're like, "Oh, I don't know what to talk about." I'm like, "I think you do. You're not asking the right people."
So your goal here with like the YouTube, with like the videos in a lot of cases, is not so much to feed the almighty algorithm. It's more long-term assets, I think is the phrase you've used for these, is like the
100%.
things people are
Yes.
gonna the people that you want to work with are going to be searching for, and
Yes.
that they will find your video that.
Yeah, you think about you wanna think about those topics, I and such, because ultimately you're trying to shorten the sales cycle. You wanna have all the objections already handled. You wanna have those repeated questions already answered in your marketing material. This should be for all your marketing material, not just YouTube and podcast. But if your YouTube and podcast only cares about views, if your LinkedIn only cares about likes, you're missing the boat because you're chasing the algorithm. You're trying to beat something that's irrelevant. So I think all your marketing material needs to really be more intentional, I guess would be the phrase I like to say.